Hello, hello. I hope everyone's doing well. It is Wednesday evening. And do I have a story for you? Let me find my own channel. Oop. I am talking to a microphone far away. I hope everyone's doing well. Welcome to my so-called life. My name is William, and I hope everybody is having a good evening. Why, hello. I'm in full soccer dad mode. I just I just got back from my son's MMA class. Had an adventure as always because it's never a boring day here in the house of sewing. I think I have achieved absolute full Karen status at this point. But I purchased some new fabric. I have one heck of a story behind it. Ugh. Excuse me. But before we get to any of that, I just want to say really quick this program is for entertainment purposes only, and this content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by my so called life and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every single human being on planet Earth. Hello, Pam. Joy, hello, Kilroy. I saw your comment earlier. I call it the power hour because I'm giving myself some room. Because I could go for 4 hours, or I could in 45 minutes, I could be like, there's a new chasing on. It's a Chisme show I watch. Do you know today has been it's been crazy. So I'm in full chat mode. I am in full chat mode. Yay! Hello, hello. Pink hand waving. Oh, so for the past, I don't even know if I want to tell that story yet. Let's see. I have so much in my notes. So I'm thinking about going back to making koofies, and hats. But then I was going through my closet because I've been cleaning everything out, and I realized that in the past 2 or 3 years, I've probably made over 100 koofies and probably 20 or 30 hats. So I need to get all my stuff together before I start my massive production of hats again. And when I say kufi, it's just a brimless hat. And when I say hat, it's just anything with a brim. I'm not trying to redefine the definition of hat around here. But I watched a lot of MTV as a kid, so excuse me, I call it a kufi. So I'm finally back on Twitter after like 4 or 5 months. I finally posted on Twitter. I have no idea what's taken me this long, but my block list stays ready. I posted my vest. Oh, there it is. I was wondering where. Yay! I need to make myself some new warm cozy hats. I've made all kinds of hats out of that fuzzy material. The first thing I did was make a hat, and it's so warm. Hey, Commander, how's it going? How's it going? How are you? I hope everything's well. Awesome. Great to see you. Great to see you. Yay. Do you know what's really funny? It's so chilly here. It's funny you would say that, Pam, because it's cold and it was windy today too. I think that's why I'm like, sorry. I'm of that age where I have a drawer of over the counters, but it's so windy here that the weather is just out of control. When my son's at his MMA class, I read a book outside because I quit smoking cigarettes. I want to say 6 or 7 years ago. I smell everything. So being in an enclosed space with a bunch of people, it smells like a giant sock in there. And so I'm standing outside and it is freezing out there. Let me turn up Alexa before I ask her a question. But it's weird to me because I come later regardless, because I was skinny my entire life until I hit 40. And so I'm cold. Even if I'm acclimated to the weather, I'm cold. So I layer. And it was cold this evening. It was absolutely cold this evening. I guess 30, but really isn't that bad? Alexa, what's the temperature right now?
Right now, it's 51 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, Arctic winter in California. Okay, so before, so my son has an MMA class, and in California, like I was gone for a long time, and when I came back, the first thing I noticed quite a few changes, but in my town, I live in the suburbs, and I don't even know how to say this nicely. There are massage parlors everywhere. I think it's the weirdest thing that there's a massage parlor right next to a studio that has been there longer than the massage parlor. It's just so strange to me. And I never noticed it, but today it was open. So I'm sitting there reading my book. I'm minding my I didn't say a word, but when the other dads started walking up, they're like, let's judge those people. It's the most awkward thing. It's the strangest thing. But to each their own. Okay. So I don't even know how to say this. I will not be going to my local Walmart for a while, but I achieved my goal. It's the convenience of why I go all the time. Really, I should be going to the one on the hill, but I decided to give the one by my house a chance. I've been going a lot, and I am a real life Karen. For anyone who knows me, I am a professional Karen. 51 rolls eyes. How's it going, Von Rick? How are you? How are you? I have to find the material that I cried over. Yay, great to see you. Happy New Year. Yay, hello, hello. So, long story short, I'm in full swing of my chaps. Mode. I have my stinky fabric right here. This room smells like burning gasoline, but I'm gonna have stinky chaps in about 20 minutes when I stop talking. My whole point is something told me go back to Walmart for the fake snake skin. So I went back and I got quite a few things because I needed cat food for Odin. I got all the stuff that I needed, and then I went to Walmart. I hit the button. Okay. Long story short, no one showed up. I walked away twice. I came back. The guy who helped me was some kid who was sitting in the shoe department staring at me the entire time. I bet the temporary crossing guard was irritated at me today. So they took forever, and I'm telling myself don't say anything, because he actually gave me the material. But the kid was like, hey, can you take a picture of the barcode? They'll just help you out at the counter. And I told him, no, they won't. No, they won't. They won't. They don't know what they're doing. And he's like, oh, just take a picture. I'm like, okay. I already know how this is going to end because these people do not know what they're doing. Long story short, yay, gotta run. I need to wake up in 7 hours. Happy New Year, everything's still good here. Watch your fashion videos the other day was fabulous. Thank you so much. I'm working on a sewing machine video right now. I just keep on buying sewing machines so the video gets longer and longer. It's great to see you. It's great to see you, Von Rack. I told her where she needed to be to help kids cross the street. She was standing on the wrong corner. You know what? You did her a favor. See, but that's the problem. See, I think sometimes we're so offended in today's society. Um, I want to be told if I'm doing something wrong. The person who taught me my job now would tell me all the time, like, hey, don't be scared to speak up. If we're doing something wrong, tell me, you know? So I have that mentality. I like what you did, Pam. I would have done the same thing. So I get to the counter. She wasn't happy. She said, don't tell me. Oh, she said, don't tell me how to do my job. Is what. Oh, so it's not just me today. It's been a day for everybody. So I get to the counter and the lady's like, I can't do this, and I said, I told the guy that you can't do this. Long story short, after me complaining, and you know what? If I end up on another Karen video, I didn't get it loud, but I am naturally loud. And I said, I can't believe that you guys cannot process this. And long story short, after me saying, hey, this is incompetent, why don't you just scan the picture? She's like, I don't know how many yards this is. For anyone who knows me, I order 4 yards for everything. So I was like, it's 4 yards. It's 4 yards. They went and got a manager. She walked up, scanned my phone, and put in 4 yards and walked away. I said, I will tell you, I want my kids safe. I'm the same way, Pam. I'm absolutely the same way. So I won't be going back to my local Walmart for a while. And the funny thing is that my Walmart is considered the downhill one, but it's one of the very few that has a full fabric section. And you know what the funny thing is? About once every 8 months, I have a tussle with the Walmart. So I won't be going for the rest of the year. So as a professional Karen, I whined, I complained, but I got what I wanted. This is fake snakeskin material. I will be making chaps among other things with it. I'm stoked. It didn't it was hard fought to get here, but I'm here. The funny thing is that this just feels like really thin vinyl, but it's fake snakeskin. So I absolutely am here for it. Oh, look who it is. Special guest appearance. It takes a lot of willpower to prevent myself from going to Walmart to look at fabric. In my area, we have 3 Walmarts. Yay. People are saying hello to you. We have 3 different Walmarts, so I have options. And the one I say that's on the hill, it's a mega Walmart. It's just the convenience of the one that's really close by my house. But let's be real, like incompetence is incompetence. So if people can't help me, there's nothing I can do about it. Close by my house, but let's be real. And that's my echo. So here we are. I have this fake vital material. Oh, I'm stoked. And I needed to stop going there anyways. I needed to stop going to that Walmart because I go there just because it's by my house. I also have 3 Walmarts close by. Do you think they plan it like that? Do you think depending on the size of your city, that's pretty standard? Like you have 27 Starbucks in an area. And I'm not even kidding you. If I counted the Starbucks in my area, it's probably something around there. Same, Pam. It's exactly the same. And there's a Walmart. They literally put it in the middle of my town. So if you drive through my town, you can't help but go to Walmart, which is across the street from a giant Joanne's. I think they do as well. There's quite a few in this area. So I'm not even worried about it. It's just the service has gone downhill, but I think it's like that everywhere. So I'm trying not to be that person. But this one was hard fought. But before we get there to that, I have a stinky friend behind me that I think everybody can see. I have not trashed the stinky material. It is still here. This room smells like burnt gasoline and hopes and dreams. All right, but in all seriousness, I'm a recycler. I'm not necessarily one of those people who throws things away. And this is the stinky material. It's outgassing. It does kind of smell in here. I'm playing it up a little bit, but this stuff does stink. This is the famous stinky material. Joann's, Hobby Lobby, Walmart, close to each other. Same, exactly the same where I live, and a Dick's Sporting Good as well, right next to each other. And we have a giant Sam's Club next to the Walmart. And still to this day, I go to the Sam's Club catalog. Do you know in the Sam's Club catalog, you can buy a used Cessna all the way up? You can go from like a 4-passenger plane all the way up to like you're like, spending millions. So you can buy planes from the Walmart Corporation. Oh, I need my coffee, Stein. I definitely need it this evening. Not only is it cold, but it's been a long, long day. Oh. So I'm going to get back into making hats. I just have to unearth everything. I had a bunch of templates. I had things everywhere. I just have to find everything. It's not too far away. And I wish Ollie was here because we have to chalk this one under. Alibaba was right. I use my exercise bike every day, but it has also become an excellent clothes rack. Dollar Tree is right there also. Sam's Club, Best Buy, same. We have the exact same setup. They tore down. We have a 99, what's called 99-cent store. Also, from my count, 3 Dollar Trees, and they tore down an old movie theater, and they're putting up another Dollar Tree. It's really sad. That movie theater was actually like history and a part of this town, but no one cares until they're about to tear it down. I literally just got home. I'm still wearing my janitor keys. Oh. Oh, man. So it was good to post on Twitter. I haven't even checked Twitter. Let's see if anyone even reacted to my post. It feels good to be back on Twitter. There were quite a few people I blocked. Like, oh, I forgot about you. I forgot about you. Oh, thank you, Phoenix, for liking my post. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, Twitter's crazy. I'm instantly going to get off it. It felt good to be back. Hey, how's it going, Sarah? My favorite theater was turned into a church. That's awful. Growing up as a kid, I was friends with somebody's grandson who owned a theater. So long story short, we had like just complete access to this movie theater. So it was a part of my childhood. So when it's by a grocery store that I go to all the time. They turned it into a nightclub when I was 18. I started working there. Then over the hill, it's a Michael's. Same. Hey, Sarah, great to see you. Awesome. I forgot Twitter existed. I haven't posted in a while. There's so much pointless drama and needless things that came from Twitter. There's all kinds of things. So I've kind of let Twitter disappear, but people keep on subscribing to me. And every time I almost get to 4,000, Twitter will knock me down to like 3,200 or something. So I'm almost at 4,000 again, and I'm just kind of over it. But I posted just to see how the waters go in Twitter. Oh, that's so funny. But I got my fake snake skin after all my crying. Hey, Kilroy, you missed my Karen story. Long story short, if you see me on the Karens of Walmart, that's me. I think I was wearing this. Do you know what's really funny? Lately, a lot of 562. Thank you so much. All right, well, let's start sewing because this is a sewing channel, not just me being a professional Karen. I am a real life Karen. Yay! Hello, great to see you. How's it going, Kilroy? Awesome, awesome. Today has definitely been one of the, 2024 and I are already at odds. Awesome. Awesome. Yay. Thank you so much. I'm surprised. I'm surprised I got here. Thank you. Thank you. Be honest, this is just your 15-hour-a-week talk show. I was like, because I was sick all the time as a kid, I was obsessed with talk shows. I watched Richard Day, Jenny Jones, Ricky Lake, Donahue, Montel, who else? I watched all of those because I was home all the time because I was sick. So yeah, I loved daytime talk shows, especially Richard Bay or Jenny Jones back in the day. Sally Jesse Raphael, loved that show. This is not just absolutely, this is life. I was obsessed with Jerry Springer, Joy. I can totally see you being a Karen. I am. It's so sad. It's because I'm from the burbs. We are so entitled. But the thing is, I'm observant. That's my problem, is that I'm extremely observant. Like, and I have this scale. Like, if I'm competent in certain things, come on, man. You should be too. I try not to be. I try. I definitely was a Karen today with that crossing guard. There's nothing wrong with that. See, Karen is a label, but the thing is, we have a generation of people who don't know how to be spoken to. And so they're like, oh, this person said I'm doing something wrong, even though I really am doing something wrong. Come on. I'll wear. Do you know what's so funny? I'm so glad we're having this conversation because I'm gonna bust out my brother PE 535 and I'm gonna make a Karen patch. I'm so glad we had this conversation because I forgot about that. I loved Jerry Springer. I absolutely loved Jerry Springer. That's who I was trying to remember. I still like you, so it's okay. Thank you. But I'm not caring about anything crazy. I don't try to give people a hard time. I'm home most of the time or at work. So I do not care, I would have a Karen with my ISP if I got through. Internet has been up and down. Thank you. There's someone I know that's all up close and personal. I muted myself because I was embarrassed that they knew me as William, but they met Karen. I think sometimes it's okay to have warning labels, Pam. So if I made a Karen patch and I'll just look at somebody and just point to the side, professional Karen, boss of. I'll be in the office 3 days a week next week. Do you know what's funny? I went from a field to an office job in the same job, but I get a lot of Karens, and which makes me think the people before me had a lot more patience than me. I'm like, nope. This is me hanging up a phone, kids. Sorry. All right. So let me cut the other side of these chaps that I'm going to make. And for anyone who's just joined, I'm gonna make fake snakeskin chaps. I was looking for frills and spills and things to go shablam, but like I said, the Walmart made me wait so long. I was shaky, Karen. I had things to do. I literally had to take my kid to an MMA class. I am a real life Karen. I am. I really am. I really am, man. See, this is why I stay home. Oh, I'm excited. I am excited. Oh, sometimes you just got to give a piece of your mind. Thank you. Do you know what it is too? It's that I've watched that movie Falling Down with Michael Douglas too many times. So I'm like, okay, as long as that didn't happen, you're having a good day. I'll be in the office 2 days a week. So many Karens at my work. What kind of Karens do you get? Oh, okay. So it's people who call the wrong department. Or I do a lot of work where I put in handrails. I do a lot of outsourced stuff, but I'm one person. And so and yes, Sarah, I'm making assless chaps. People will call me and be like, I need this and this now. And I'm like, you're on the list. Like, I'm doing it as fast as I can. Yay. Hello, butterfly. I'm on the road. Can't stay and play tonight. Have a great night. Thank you so much for stopping by, Butterfly. I get all kinds of Karens and a couple things that I don't want to say on stream. Yay. Hello. I just have kung fu fighting stuck in my head because kung fu fighting and what's it called? I Have the Tiger are my new hype up songs before the stream. And everybody thinks I'm joking until they hop in 5 minutes before, and I'm jamming. I'm from the last of that cheesy era, so I was there. Oh right. Oh, now it's really stuck in my head. Okay, so chaps are pretty self-explanatory. You just have to get the shape and then make the belt. I'm cheating because I'm using the black jean chaps that I made for a template. So now I have a complete template for my chaps. So now I just cut one side and I'm ready to go. It's a little bit more, well, just like everything else, it's not that complicated, but it can get complicated. I was gonna add all kinds of frills and all kinds of things, but I couldn't find anything that I like. So I'm gonna start cutting and see what happens. I haven't said that in a long time. Let's see what else. Where are I have quite extensive notes today. Because today, it's so funny. The other day, it was kind of slow because of the new year. And today I'm like, StreamYards is begging me for their $322. And you know what? I kind of give a weird respect to StreamYards because I sent them an email and I was like, look, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I've given you guys almost $1,000 and I do not see the difference between the pay version and the free version at all. You guys are kind of ripping me off. They sent me an email back within 5 minutes. And this entire transaction was at like 3:30 in the morning or something like that. So everything needs more guitar. So Do you, $1,000? Do they think you're I am their sugar daddy. So they've stuck me for almost $1,000 for the past 3 years. Because if you think about it, that's like 322, 322, 322. And I always round up. Long story short, I switched my credit cards, and I'm glad that I did because I'm not satisfied with their service, anyways. So if I drop off, it's probably because they erased all of my it's because StreamYard's threatening to completely kick me off. Okay, I'll just start a free account. And everything, all my lives are on YouTube, preserved. So short of me getting my channel taken down, I'm really not worried about it. And I have every video I have ever made saved, so I'm really not worried about it. I swear I need a sugar daddy or at least a yarn daddy. I like that. I like yarn daddy. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, whoops. I just chinned my microphone. So, needless to say, I'm over it. I'm over it. And maybe I'll regret my decision, but I just feel like I'm 2024 is going to be me not being a sap and being ripped off by StreamYard. Someone needs to replace my yarn that Donnie threw. Oh, if you lived any closer, I weirdly collect yarn and I do not knit. I have miles and miles and miles of yarn. It's because it's always like really cheap. Do you know what the funny thing is? I wouldn't say that people sew in my town, but people knit. Because every time I go to the Goodwill, there are knitting books everywhere. Because I'm always looking for sewing books because I may or may not show it, but I'm always reading something. And so, if you knit in my town, you are just the bee's knees. I need a sugar daddy with an oil empire. When you find one, let me know. I want to buy the Dodgers and the Kings. Kilroy sounds like a plan. Absolutely. So would you be my yarn daddy? If you lived any closer, I would be. With my chocolate. Let me do my yarn daddy voice. Oh, that's hilarious. And also my dollar store, right before it became the artist formerly known as the dollar store, they all of a sudden one day they just started having sewing supplies and I went crazy. And they get this really weird Singer backstock. Oh my gosh, is that the end of the stinky material? It smells. This stuff, it's amazing how this stuff smells bad. Oh, that's fun. I'm laughing because these things we're lucky that the internet has not that no one's invented smell-o-vision on the internet yet because these things do stink. Oh, you know what's funny? For the rest of time, when I look at the snakeskin material, the fake snakeskin material, I will think of the day I had to go not full Karen, but kind of, my eyes started glowing. I didn't go into full Mechazord Karen, but my eyes started glowing. Oh, perfect. And I have a long section for the belt. I think this is more than my waist size. Perfect. I'm not gonna put the stinky material through the serger. Oh my god, this stuff stinks. So would you be my yarn? One in a few towns over sells yarn. It's crazy here. You still have this stinky material? I haven't been in the dollar store in a long while. He'll have that stinky material until the big one comes and swallows. I I'm making stinky stuff out of it. I'm about to make some stinky chaps. You know what it is? It's extremely petroleum smelling. The only way I can describe it is that this material smells like burnt gasoline. But you know, the serger may revolt. I'm not gonna put this through the serger. It's actually a really slick material too. Stinky chaps. Stinky chaps. Stinky chaps is my deep. Man, we need to write down from every punk band name to every prawn name to every I have about 15 screen names, 75 bands. And now Stinky Chaps is my DJ name. Yarn Daddy. Yarn Daddy is my first album. Oh, too much fun. Too much fun. I said I was only going to go for an hour, and I'm having a feeling that's a lie. Oh, good times. Good times. I have to do something with this material. It's stinking up my pile of I always talk about over my computer. I have a ton of fabric. On top of my cart is everything I intend to work with. So I'm constantly looking at it and it inspires me because I can see it over my desk and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to make this and this and this. But the stinky material reminds me that it's there because every time I walk past it, I can smell it. So I think after this, it's going back in the Ziploc. Because I thought if I aired it out, it would go away, but it just it lingers. Oh, good times. But the stinky material is kind of bendable, so we're gonna see how these chaps come out. All right, I'm gonna cut. You know what? I'll spare that son. Because I'm not gonna put this through the serger, so I'm just gonna fold it over and sew it in order to create the belt. Because I'm not gonna, Pam was right. My serger might revolt and run out. And you know what? It's been doing so well. I'm trying to not break my serger. I was reckless with my Husqvarna Viking Emerald, and so I've learned. And that particular my Husqvarna Emerald working, I keep on seeing it. It resells for like $500 or $600. I need to get that machine going again. It was the most quality machine I ever owned, and I didn't really realize it until it wasn't around anymore. Awesome. Human repellent. Sounds like a plan. Donate it. You know what's really funny? I've been going through my closet and donating a ton of stuff. That sink would probably go through 10 feet of lead. It's the weirdest thing to me, though. I feel like I purchased like something that I shouldn't have. Modelo Man might have state secrets over there in downtown, you know? You never know. Or stuff that's just illegal. Oh, good times. I'm laughing because I don't know if my eyes are watering from the stinky material. Oh, I'm gonna laugh if I have to. if I need a hazmat for this. Sounds like it needs stinky fabric for work. Make people leave me alone. I purchased this from a vendor downtown that has been become a hero of this channel as I'm flopping my mic around. But when he's like, he almost gave it to me for free. It was so cheap. I should have learned. I should have known, I should say. You know, I watched enough of Tales of the Crypt and all that as a kid. I should know nothing's free. This stinky fabric is literally like my monkey paw of bad luck. I literally just watched that episode. Now we know why. Yeah, exactly. There's other material where I'm like, wow, he's giving me this like really cheap. I think it's ancient. I think a lot of the stuff in that store is 30 years old, especially the Santee Alley fabric, because I forgot I have multiple rolls of that. That stuff, it's literally faded from the sun because you could see where the roll just sat there for years and years and years. It's crazy. Okay. So let me measure myself really quick. You know, shout out to all the brave people who measure themselves live on camera. All right, I can't even suck it in on this. I need an honest measurement for this one. There's no way I'm that big. Okay, suck it in. Okay, I'll take the not so honest measurement. Holy cow, there's no way I'm that big. I'm going through the 5 stages of denial live on camera. I have had amazing holidays. He wanted it out of it. Now we know he wanted it out of his shop. Absolutely. You know, sometimes I feel like that though, because he gives me such amazing prices for everything. I have plans this weekend, so I may or may not go. Oh, I'm trying not to destroy my car. What happens is I'm a traveler. I love driving and I destroy cars from driving them all the time. And like, I'm getting my truck back tomorrow and I need to learn how to like not put 1,000,000 miles on cars. But I love having adventures, going places and seeing things. So I feel like I'm destroying my Ford Flex from driving it around LA. He measured it himself, but he won't tell us his measure. I over the holidays, I think I gained a size. Hold on, let me face the camera. Let me get my eyes in there. I think I gained a size. That's why I'm not telling you, because it's not just a size, it's a couple size. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. I gained a few size. I don't feel like it. I don't feel heavier, but the math does not lie. I went off. It can't be that bad. I went off during the holidays. This year, like I went off. I was eating is it Patty LaBelle sweet potato pies? Like, and once I discovered that they're all right, they're like, oof, they're good. I ate quite a few. He's ashamed. We still like you, even if you gained it. You know what? It's because I'm so used to my measurements being a certain size. I'm gonna give myself some room just in case. That was a bit shocking, is what that was. You know, I am tripping out on how this stuff still smells. Oh, But I'm a guy. It's okay if my sewing room stinks. I'm okay with it. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, I want to give myself a little bit of room because oh my gosh, I'm really am that. I'm really that big. Wow. Yeah, I gained a size or two over the holidays. Wow. Okay, this is perfect, just like the other one. Wow. All right. So I'm gonna flop this over a couple of times and make it into a belt. It's almost easier this way because I'm just gonna sew the sides in the middle to reinforce it. Like I said, I'm not gonna run this through the serger because I'm scared of what the stinky material would do to my serger. Oh, I gained 5 to 10 pounds, but I don't know if that's the holidays or the prednisone. Prednisone. I haven't measured myself in a while. Do you know what's really funny? I banished scales from my house. I banished them. I don't see a point in shaming yourself. And I'm saying that like laughing, but it's true. Um I didn't want my son to learn the horrible habit of constantly body shaming yourself. So I got rid of my all the scales I had. I have to find what video that was. There's a video where I weigh one of my Kenmores and it legitimately is almost 60 pounds. It's the heaviest sewing machine in this room. It's in like 1950s solid steel Kenmore. Perfect. Let me get my pin cushion. All right, put my coat back on. I know you guys are laughing, but to 50 degrees to a Californian is freezing. And I was up at 4:30 this morning. It was in the 40s, almost 30. And that's freezing to me. I busted out my welding jacket that has carpet inside. Well, it's a jacket. It's a heavy duty jacket. I say it has carpet. It just looks like carpet. All right. I actually like a large belt, not WWEF large, but I like it large. My so-called life, I like it large, 2024. Let the quotes begin. Let the quotes begin. Oh. I I haven't do you know what it was? And I know my measurements. So in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm blah blah blah. So when I measured myself, I've gained a size or two. But I don't feel like it. And I'm wearing my tight pants too. These are my tight pants, and I still don't feel like I've gained weight. But the measurements do not lie. I just lied to myself. All right. So I have this piece pinned. Let me turn over and pin this. I'm definitely going to do this inside out because I know for a fact that most sewing machines cannot hang with the slick side of the stinky material. Underneath, it's just like everything else, but it's just some weird petroleum-based smelly material. Oh, I'm laughing because I was like, what am I going to do with this? And after last week's amazing revelation of how I love chaps, the stinky chaps for the win. Need a big belt for that beefcake. You thought I was playing, and last week everybody saw my cans and saw that for the new year I gave everybody cake for the new year. You think I'm joking? I have big nalgas. But it's natural though. It's not like it's like out of place or anything I'm ashamed of. I laugh about it. And it's something that is, it's just part of me. All right, let me turn this out. Man, this stuff stinks. Oh, this stuff stinks. Oh, that lined up perfect. That's weird. That never happens. Oh, that's strange. Oh, I missed it. No, I miss all the good stuff. Oh, well, if I get these done, I'll be flashing soon. And it's not anything. I'm warning YouTube and anybody who's screaming. It's just not anything indecent. I'm just making chaps over my jeans. And in no way, shape, or form is anyone harmed or going to be harmed in the process of making this. No one's eyes will be harmed in the process of making this. It's something that I've actually fallen in love with. I'm entering my chaps era. I was looking for some leather, for like some frayed leather on the side, but they took so long. My Karen side took over. Oh, okay. I think everything's ready to sew. We're about to find out if Sophia can hang. I'm gonna leave this giant table in here for now. I have my 6-foot measuring stick. Do you know what's really funny? If you ever want to know how tall I really am, this measuring stick is 6 feet tall. But I've never. Oh, whoops! See, I need to quit showing off. I'm gonna knock. I have lights lined all through the ceiling here. I'm gonna knock a light, and it's gonna be a light show in here. All right. Part of me is laughing because this material it reeks. I can smell it all over this room. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, let me clear this a little bit. I'm still wearing my soccer dad vest. I call it my soccer dad vest, but a lot of my vests are people repellent because I'm actually a really nice person. But there's some you can't be friends with everybody. So this is and the funny thing is my vest's all aggressive and then people meet me and I'm like, hi, how are you doing? There was actually a new family today and every single one of them I was like, hi, nice to meet you. Oh, great times. And I had a coffee spilled today, so I'm extra cautious. But the coffee stein has much more of a base. Oh, I'm still wearing my phone case because I'm a geek and I wear my phone. But I have an OtterBox on my phone because I'm a geek. But there's certain things of like I'm not at like wearing a butt pack, but at my age, I'm a dad. I can do all kinds of embarrassing things like wearing my phone. Awesome. Let me fix that angle. It's a bit crooked. Sometimes I don't know if it's crooked or if it's just the fact that I have a newer sewing machine. Let me move this coffee. Oh, that reminds me. I found my toolbox with all my serger parts. And it has a ton more serger thread. So I'm ready for the winter. When the apocalypse comes, the six-pack abs people will be the ones who die from starvation. The dad bods, definitely. I'm ready. Oh, that is so true. That is so true on so many levels. It's funny, not funny. Oh. Well, where I live around a lot of people who are vegan, a lot of people, I live in LA, so this is the land of special diets. So I have a feeling a lot of those people wouldn't survive the apocalypse. But you know what though? It's not any different than anywhere else. I will die from sheer no. You know what? I'm gonna tell you. Like we say all these horrible things, but during the '94 earthquake, I was so surprised how my entire neighborhood came together. We found out what neighbors were like more greedy than others, but we had a potluck dinner every night for almost 2 months because the earthquake scared people so bad. People were sleeping on their front lawns for months. And you know what? I'm laughing, but I didn't go back in the house for almost a full month. I slept. My dad had an S10. I slept in that thing for almost a month before I came back in the house. Oh. All right. But people would come together. You'd be surprised. You would be surprised. Oh man. I have to take my cowboy boots off. Although I love these things. Oh. 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 They're not the most comfortable in the world. And I always forget that I have them on because I wear them so much. Oh. Long live the dad bod. What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh. Oh. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat. I'm sure that was a mistake. See, hi, Water Day. Hello. In no way, shape, or form was I was Water Day trying to obliviate you. We love you, Seraphim. We love you. You know what? I'm laughing because I'm surprised I don't do that on the daily. That's why I got quiet. Hello, I knew you were here before we saw you. Hello. You should come and join it. You should come and join the fun. Sarah, in no way, shape, or form are you banned or anything. I wish I had more technical prowess. I would undo it. All right, let me turn this on. Whoops. Yeah, absolutely. All the time, daily on a regular. Oh. Yay. Hello. Oops. Do you know what's so funny? I'm not kidding you. I'm not surprised I haven't done that. I have giant clodhopper hands and it's constantly I'm constantly doing that. I have giant hands. So I get it. I've almost clicked. There was one time I clicked out of the stream and my computer was like, really? Sarah, welcome back. It wasn't on purpose. I clicked out of this stream one time. And my computer was like, really? You're in midstream. And I'm like, oops, sorry, mistake. Okay. Yay, welcome back. So far, so good, but I'm trying not to jinx the stinky. Oh, of course, the second I started talking, it got weird. Why did you bunch? And line snap. I swear the stinky material is friends of no one. Oh, that's so funny. No, Sarah, you are completely welcome here. That was a total mistake. No, you are love. You are absolutely love. This machine is not happy with your choice. Absolutely, Joy. It instantly snapped. And I know, oh, okay, good. It's a line issue. It's not anything. So I am gonna tell you, I have a love-hate with these. But unfortunately, I bought an Amazon box of like I don't know if it was I think it was 400. It was every color ever invented. And so I try to use these spools, but they're nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So I still have 300 something spools. So I try to use my Amazon thread as much as I possibly can. But it's weird. The cone is so weirdly shaped that it doesn't necessarily fit in every machine. Oh, I do that all the time. Machine is not happy with your choice. Absolutely. Looks like embroidery thread. I have enough to start a shop. But these spools are odd and they do not necessarily fit in most machines. But it was working until it didn't in this machine. But I'm truly thinking it's the stinky material because it's a really odd material. It's like wannabe vinyl fake leather, but smelly. Oh man, I can hear hands on his Oculus. I can only imagine. Okay, so I'm thinking about making let's see if we can make the thread a little bit wider and see if that helps. Or this is just going to be no, I'm not going to let this be a stinky failure. Everything I've tried with the stinky material has been a complete failure. I am not going to let this one fail. Okay, I have a feeling the bobbin is going to fail on that one. The machine is not happy. I might bust out the baby lock for the next one because I know for a fact I don't, you know what? I don't think this material I don't think this machine likes this material. And I'm trying to not push this machine too much because I just got it. And it's a quality machine that if I treat it well, it'll last long. Now I have to figure out how to shimmy over there to grab it. It's an adventure climbing over everything in here. Okay. Da, 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 da. It's fine. I get it. Just glad it wasn't on purpose. No, not at all. Not in any way, shape, or form. I actually do that all the time. Are you surprised? That material, it is stanky. It is it's weird because I can smell it hanging in this room. Like that smell is literally hanging in this room. All right. All right. I'm sorry. You weren't my first choice. I apologize. This is me crawling back to my baby lock sewing machine because I know it works. It's heard it all before. I do not think I put that in properly. There we go. Better. Much better. Okay. And the funny thing is, oh man, Toronto is just ripping through the LA area. They beat the Kings last night and they beat the Ducks tonight. Okay. So I should have used this machine originally, but I have fallen in love with the Husqvarna Viking. Hold on, let me plug the ears of this machine. I have fallen in love with that Viking, but it's because I had an Emerald and that was, the best machine I've ever owned until it wasn't. So I'm a bit biased, but like I always say, this baby lock is just as good, and it uses the same cord as the Viking, as a few machines. Perfect. I feel like I literally feel like I'm crawling back to this machine. Every time I get a new machine, I fall in love with it and I end up going right back to the baby lock. All right. I'm not even going to give it a test piece. Just going to run it through and see how the stinky material does on the baby lock. Gosh, this stuff stinks. Beautiful. Oh, look at that beast of a machine. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I chose someone over you. I apologize, machine. Oh, that's perfect. Oop. Okay, I got to pick that up so I won't step on it later. It's it's funny how this old Natalie baby lock sewing machine is becoming old reliable in this room. Oh man. Okay, perfect. Beautiful. All right, let me get the next leg. I'm trying to think. There was all kinds of crazy stuff besides me going Megazord Karen. There was all kinds of. And you know, I was looking at my notes and I'm like, wow, it's only been a day. But last night I got this weird inspiration to start making hats and koofies again. I have all the material. I have all the templates. I just need to find them. Oh, wow. That cut it close, but that was perfect. Wow. Wow. That's without my glasses. Oh, man. And the stinky material is weirdly clearing my sinuses as well. Oh, this is going to be great. Okay. So I have one of the legs done. The other one is done as well. Now I just have to do the belt. It's funny, like I always laugh when I figure out certain things. I'm like, oh, this is easy. Sewing is it's not necessarily like engineering, but you slowly figure things out. All right, let me switch the stitch on this. Beautiful. If you had told me a year ago I would have been making chaps, I would have laughed at you. Oh, come on. You were eating it before. You know what? I don't think it could hang. All right. I'm just going to have to go in a straight line. I don't think it could hang with... Oh, come on, stinky material. All right. Let's see. Oh, this is going to be awful. Let me turn that up as high as I can go. Oh, it is not liking these layers. You know what? Let me check underneath to see if it's making a mess. No, this is a solid sewing machine. This is just not having it. This is like fake vinyl meets fake leather meets the smelliest material you've ever seen in your life. Oh. It has to be the amount of layers. I have a belt. Whether okay. All right, we barely made it. Holy cow. This really tested the machine. I know the other one would not have been able to do that. The pressure foot is kind of stuck to the fabric. Yeah, may need a Teflon foot. It is getting stuck to the fabric. I tried to leave a huge section open where it wasn't the slick side, but it just keeps on getting stuck on it. So I'm going to try one more time. It's together. It's where I need it to be. and it went through all the layers, but I'm going to try it on the non-stinky side. Well, on the non-shiny side because it's all stinky. Oh, ho, ho, ho. See how much better it hates how the material is all, it's not sticky, but it's if you see how it's running through, when you see it just running through, that's because I have it on the non-shiny material. Lesson learned, knowledge earned. Oh. Oh, stinky. The stinky material has been trouble since day one. So on top of paper. Oh, I like that. He's too cheap for a tough. Okay, true, but I have quite a few in this room. But that's true in the same sense. All right, see, this is stretchy too, so it won't look too shabby. Let me wrap this around myself and see how it fits. Oh man, that got hairy. That got really hairy for a minute. I was like, oh, did I make a bad decision? But my baby lock hates the stinky material. This stuff is really stick and it was getting stuck. Oh man, this stuff smells like an oil field. Good times with the stinky material. I knew that wasn't the end of the stinky material. I'm gonna put my feet up for a few, so don't bumble block someone else for the stream. Then I'll be on it. Okay, I don't know how much longer I'm going. All right, so let me throw this belt on and see how it fits. I'm stretching it out. I'm like, we all know you're going for. You know what? I don't know. Kind of. I'm gonna save the speech. I'm gonna save my Elvis speech. There's about 15 things I want to say, but I'm not gonna say it. So I will. You know what? I am gonna keep going because here in the House of Sewing, we go full Elvis, regardless. Oh, I was bumping Boney M before the stream, so I have quite a few songs stuck in my head. Oh. Okay, so let's see if that fits. It is a complete mess in here. I have sewing machines flying around. All right, so. Oh, that is shiny. I kind of want it to be kind of tight. Not necessarily tight, but that weird cowboy tight, you know, where you're like, wow, those are tight. All right, let's get it in there. Ow! You know, measure twice, sew once, as they say. Perfect. Hold on, can I shimmy that off? Okay. You have to think of these things while sewing because you have to figure out how to get these off and on. Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get through. Actually, I think I see a bit of an opening for this, so I could get through all of this. All right. Perfect. Putting that down would help without making it. Oh, it's stuck. This stuff is the strangest material. It's stretchy, it's stinky, it glows. This is the strangest material that I have worked with. Oh. Beautiful. How's it going, Skids? Oh, that was way. With my banjo right there, it amplifies everything. And so sometimes it just sounds like I'm in Wembley Stadium or something. Oh, that's perfect. Yay. Hello, hello. Let me take these off and switch my angle. I've really been trying to change my angles and switch things up, but the CCTV is just like the best angle in this room. So I gotta learn to live with it. Oh, I got stuck again. Man, that stuff, literally deja vu. That stuff is just a mess. Yay. Hello, hello. All right. Beautiful. Now I have to see which stinky side I want to use as the inside or the outside. Everybody missed my harrowing story about how I had to go full Megazord Karen. If you see a Walmart Karen video, it's me. It's real. That's me. All right. Let's figure out. I have to put this on just to see how big it is. Give me a second. I'm going to switch my angle and shimmy this thing on and see how much does it really fit. Oh, this is hilarious. Oh, it's perfect. Just have to be able to get it over. Mount sewing. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to sew the sides on and laugh my tail off. First, I'm going to clean up a little bit in here because I'm noticing it's a mess in here. And all right. And I have snakeskin material too. So I'm going to make double chaps. Read them and weep. How many people have died trying to climb Mount Sewing? It's like Mount Everest. Is it? No. What mountain? Is that Mount Everest? It's a snowy mess, let me tell you. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Mount Sewing it will take your life. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, so I have to identify parts here. Okay, so these are the legs. This is the middle piece. I'm going to put my coat back on. It's ironic that I had to bust out my baby lock. I knew that thing could smash right through this material, but I was trying out my Husqvarna Viking, but I don't want to push it too hard because it's new to the House of Sewing. I don't want to torture the thing too hard yet. Okay. Oh, this is still a beautiful machine. I'm going to move my table and everything in here. It's an absolute mess. I laugh every time I see this thing because I have quite a few of these. I took this out of my truck, and I use it for every intention it was not invented for. But I love this thing. I use it for straight cuts on fabric. This is 6 feet long, and it's perfect. Now I'm going to try to not smash my lights. And I spent a good portion of the morning looking for a touch and sew foot that I thought I had. I agree that you need a Teflon or rolling foot. Do you know I have so much stuff in here? I just have to unearth it. It's probably in that rollaway right there. I literally would just have to just grab it. But I'm stoked because I found my serger pieces. Any part that you could possibly think of a serger needs is in this box. Oh man, it's been a crazy day. Let me check my notes. Oh yeah, I posted on Twitter, so we already talked about that. Oh, I'm still gonna make that. I'm still gonna make that weird hoodie that I showed people months ago. It's still in my mind, so I keep on writing it down to remind myself because it's literally just a matter of making the hood and moving on from that moment, and then draping everything from there. I'm gonna go full fashion designer and start making things as wacky as I can. The coffee stein is glorious. Okay. Perfect. So right now I'm working on a video. First off, it was gonna be about my Kingston sewing machine, but then I just kind of kept buying sewing machines, and I just kind of kept going. So now I don't know if it's about my vest, about my sewing machine, but I will have a video out as soon as possible. Barring any goodwill trip or any fun that I may or may not have along the way. He needs to stop buying mystery material is what he needs to do. I do have a rule of sticking to what you know, but I like to go outside the box, Kilroy. And the stinky material, you know what? I thought it was something that it wasn't. And I'm laughing because it cleared my sinuses. There is so much stinky material in this room that it is literally clearing my sinuses. It was worth it. Even though for those who don't know, I went full Karen today. It's a long story, but it was worth it getting this fake snakeskin material. There's all kinds of stuff I'm gonna make with this. I might even make gloves to be extra bougie. Perfect. And it's probably giving you toenail. Oh, whatever it's doing, it's making everything extra funny. I'll tell you that much. I'm kidding. But it does reek. This stuff does smell bad. Oh. I think it's just enough to go in a bag. So the stinky material might actually be bagged and tagged, as they say. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Give me a little bit more space in here now. Oh, I keep on saying I'm going to get rid of the Golden Girl chair, but it's kind of glorious. I love that chair, and it's it's a good chair to watch hockey in. Okay, so that's just a scrap piece. All right, so I'm going to turn these right side out and put them together. It's going to be torture to the sewing machine to sew this together. I have a feeling, but like I always say, it's worth it. Okay, perfect. I just need to know where the opposite sides are. Oh, I have an idea. It should actually be able to punch through this side. So if I sew it fabric side up, it should be able to go right through it. Problem is that the slick material gets stuck in the feed dogs as well. This is a really slick material. Oh, these are going to look crazy. Okay, so I have that side. Let me get the other side. I am glad that you're here to berate me for this fabric. I would not have been satisfied if you were not here to give me a hard time for this fabric. And you don't know it, but you can smell it all the way at your house. This stuff smells so bad. Oh. Paper. I am sitting in a paper mill. I know it's a shock to no one to know that I have a ton of paper in this room as well. All right, that is precise measuring. Okay. Perfect. I think we have contact. All right, I'm going to turn this right side out and start sewing before it gets too complicated. You guys don't know. Maybe I'm making chaps and I'm going to go on tour. Maybe I'm making all of this and I'm going to be in a city near you. Maybe all of this is just my secret ploy for my secret 2024 plans. Or I'm just going to close this place down and turn it into a chap shop. That doesn't even sound right. If you live in America, that's something different than in the UK. Oh. All right. Man, today is extra messy today. Okay, so let me figure out which side is which. Perfect. We're going to do this pirate sewing style. Move that pen a little bit. Perfect. Okay, it definitely does not like the opposite side. So as long as I'm sewing on this side, it'll blaze through and be the baby lock that I know that it is. Perfect. It just can't have any resistance because the stinky material is nothing but resistance. Perfect. All right, I'm going to pull that pen. Perfect. Mhm. Beautiful. Okay, I gotta make sure that it's actually. Okay. Perfect. I just had to make sure that I was all the way around the material in order to completely lock in the leg to the belt piece. Keep in mind, this stinky material. This is like the. Oh man, this stuff looks faker than pleather. Oh, this is gonna be awesome. I wonder what the stinky material's original intention was. I truly wonder what the stinky material's point of origin was. He's a pirate, Waternet. He'll sew anything with anything, and he'll do anything to show off his booty to pirates. Oh, that's what pirates do. Beautiful. Perfect. Right. Yarr. Do you know what's so funny? The term pirate has changed over time. Like, when I was a kid, it was kind of an insult to call someone a pirate. Now, if someone called me a pirate, I'd say thank you. Okay. Oh, they have that cheap swishy sound too. Oh, these are gonna be awesome. Oh, stinky chaps. Stinky chaps. All right. The pirate American community has made strides in the past few decades. Absolutely. Oh, give me one quick second. Okay. Did you buy some non-old man weed this? No, I just haven't. My sleeping patterns have been so off lately that it just makes me hammered on point. Sarah, when I go to my dispensary, why am I clicking wrong button? When I go to my dispensary, they're like, "Oh, would you like this and this?" And I tell them like, "Oh, I have stuff I have to do today." And they point me to the old man cabinet where all the 1960s stuff is, where you could like smoke it and still get on with your day. because the new age stuff literally has me holding on to the couch, and I'm not kidding. All right, so oh, this is gonna be glorious. Let me find my boots. I'll put my clicky boots on because they're a bit easier to put on than my riding boots, which are huge. Oh man. I have to figure out how to put these on. Oh, this is why you stretch. Oh, yoga mode, yoga pose. Oh gosh, these things fit. Oh, oh, that's glorious. The new stuff puts you in the camel. It puts me on the camel couch. I am out. I am just out. And I have stuff I have to do. And the other stuff, it does its job, but you could be functioning in your life and remember what you did. And this new age stuff just has kind of zombie. Oh, these are. Oh, where are my boots? Oh, the. Oh. Give me a quick second. I will. Oh. I just have to grab my boots real quick. Oh, this is officially a habit. When you make one pair of chaps, you're like, okay. When you make two, it's officially a habit. Oh man. I'm sorry. I'm too busy laughing at myself. Let me put my boots on. Let me get my hat. I don't even have to worry about these things ripping because there's no crotch on them. Oh, that's glorious. Oh. You know, who invented chaps? Where did chaps come from? I was actually going to write down like the history of chaps and everything, and then I forgot. So, what's the origin of chaps? Oh, these are. Oh, like I said, once is a project, twice is a habit. Oh, these are. Oh, come on. Hold on, let me change the angle because I am way too impressed with myself right now. Beautiful. Hold on. Oh, you know, there's something to be said about chaps. Oh, these things are glorious. Okay, let me move my chair and get my angle going. Oh, these things are good. I'm sorry. I won't laugh too loud in the microphone, but I'm like I said, every day, if you're having a bad day, make something goofy. Oh, these are glorious. Let me make myself big. Oh, the. Oh. Why isn't it? They look like king chaps. Well, you know, they're kind of in that direction. Chaps are universal. If I showed up at the rodeo wearing these, I might get attention from certain cowboys. I'm making leather. I'm making the fake ones. I'm definitely gonna make the fake ones. You should see his red chaps he made the other day. In my last stream, the red ones. All of this started because I watch all kinds of crazy stuff. I am obsessed with watching independent artists and new people because I want to know what people are into. I want to know the new music that's coming out. And I watched the most random festival in Texas. And this young lady came out in a hat and she had on chaps, but they were attached to her belt. And that's what kind of talks me out of because at first I was just gonna make sides for the chaps and not make a belt, but they look glorious with the sides. Oh. There we go. There we go. Let me pull my pants up. Oh, these are oh, chaps are amazing. You know, I needed to do something with the stinky material, and these look good. I like the way they came out. I'm definitely gonna make the snakeskin chaps. I was thinking about adding all kinds of flares and stuff to it, but I really like the way that these look. Chaps are amazing. I said, you know what? It's good to start the new year off with something that's actually new. You know, I've made all kinds of crazy stuff. Does sticky stuff rub off on your skin? I would never put this on my skin, but we're gonna find out what it does to my pants because I'm obsessed with a really, 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 really light denim. And because Walmart is one of the only places on earth that doesn't sell girl jeans, I wear Walmart jeans and these are cheap. So we're gonna find out real quick if this, you know what, that's such a good question, Joy. We're gonna find out if the stinky material bleeds. Because if there was anything it would stain, it would be these jeans. Oh man. I'm gonna have to find a non-stinky material to make these out of. These are glorious. Again, again. Do you know 2 years ago I made a video and I jokingly called the title sewing something something and self-discovery because it was more or less people finding out about me. It wasn't me finding out about myself. It was more or less people being like, oh, so these chaps are right on that line of self-discovery. Like I said, I'm gonna go on the dad bod stripper tour across America. I'm kidding. Kind of not. I am kidding. You already have metric tons of material you can make chaps out of right now. I do. I do. I love the way the stinky chaps look. I'm sorry. Let's go to the non-flattering angle. I have to look at myself real quick. Oh, these are glorious. Oh man, I've been indulging in too many Patti LaBelle. Is it Patti LaBelle? I have to look. It's Patti LaBelle's pies. Those were so good this year. So your hands don't stink. Do you know what? That material is so ingrained in this room, I can't tell the difference. It's like a stinky candle was set off in this room. Oh, I'm gonna take a break and decide what I'm gonna do with Senor Snakeskin over there. Oh, where's my vest? I have to get extra tough with the chaps and the vest. Oh. And you know, I'm all about results. Oh. Oh. Yay! Look at it.
Good evening, cowboy.
I have genuine stuck in my head. My pony, my saddle. I don't try not to get a copyright strike. How are you?
Well,
Is that loaded? Is that a
I'm
loaded
here.
question?
I'm kind of tired. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a crazy day. I went full Karen over them. It's a long story that you missed in the beginning of the stream, but these chaps are putting some sunshine on my day.
Okay, I'll have to go back and see what happened, see what I missed.
Long story short, they made me wait 20 minutes for the material. The kid made me take a picture of the barcode. And I told them when I get to the counter, they're not going to know what to do. And I got to the counter and they didn't know what to do.
Oh, dear.
And then the woman didn't believe me that it was 4. She's like, we have to check it. I said, it's 4 yards. And then the manager was like, just freaking. And the manager walked over and took a pic, like scanned my picture. It instantly booped, typed in 4 yards, and she walked away.
Oh, goodness. Well, sometimes people are new and they don't know what they're doing.
This person has worked there back when person has worked there so long. They worked there in 1998 when I worked there.
Okay.
That's back when dinosaurs roamed the earth. Oh, chaps. These things are glorious. I'm sorry, chaps are glorious.
So, I want to say hi to everyone, and I want to apologize again to Seraphim. I'm so sorry. My thumb, I don't know. I bumped the phone. Next thing I knew, you were out. I'm so sorry. So, hello to everyone I didn't get to say hi to before when I was recuperating. And then, then we were chapping. So,
totally chapping means something different in California than it would in the UK. Because I've said chaps so many times that I'm going to confuse the algorithm in the UK. Oh, that's
well,
funny.
Your chaps look great. I'm just glad I don't have to smell them.
Oh, it's smelly in here. Let me move my chair. Oh, it is stinky in here. Chaps I'm getting better at the sides, though.
Well, see, you model them like that, and they're definitely kink chaps. Got the hip cocked out. You're like, hey, check out my chaps.
I can't help it if I ooze, if I just happen to have it.
You're a delight, Seraphim. No one was enjoying the break from you.
No, we actually missed you, and now because of Kilroy, I have Old Town Road. It took me 4 years to get that song out of my head. Oh man. Oh, these are glorious. Do you know it's so weird though when you have to freak out for something, and then I was in the car and I'm like, all of that was not worth some fake snakeskin chaps, because now I'm not going to go in that Walmart for a while. I need to stop going anyways. Even today, Amazon was like, excuse me, they were like, did we do something wrong? You haven't bought anything. And almost like Christmas is over. My great button pushing days are over for a little while, And I ordered. It's just been mayhem. It's just been mayhem around here. And you know what? I'm going to say something. You're not a Karen if you point out something that someone is doing wrong and you're like, hey, I need some help. And you're not a Karen also if you point out their incompetence. I said it, William 2024.
I think it's your approach. It's not you, but it's one's approach also. There are ways to point things out, and then there's yelling and berating. And
I'm terrible at winning. I'll admit it. I am the worst winner on earth. I am like, I cry when I lose. Now you don't want to play Monopoly with me. I'm not that competitive. I actually knew someone like that, and it made me not want to hang out with them.
Oh no!
Like I will not. I knew someone that literally tried to fight me over. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no. Well, I have some fine collaborative games, cooperative games rather. So if you ever are playing someone who's a sore winner, a sore loser, and just generally unpleasant when there's competition, then everyone plays as a team and you're playing against the game.
I'm completely joking about being a sore loser. Kind of. I'm excited for the snakeskin though, and I want to venture in the world of making gloves.
Ooh.
It's one of those things that
So
I'm
you're
like,
gonna
oh, I
make
can't do
like
that.
gloves or some gauntlets or wrist
Um,
guards? What are we talking?
you're like pre-roboting, but what's the difference?
Well, I mean, gauntlets are a kind of glove, but
I thought
we
I
would
knew what they were until I saw the Doctor Who Christmas special, and he's like, "Get the gauntlets," and I'm like, "Okay, I'm lost." Lost.
don't say anything. I haven't watched it yet. My friend has been sick.
Oh, not the new one. I'm talking about the Matt Smith one.
Oh.
I was thinking about just tracing my hand like I'm in kindergarten.
Well, gloves have a little more detail than that, especially if you want them to fit well.
I've actually seen poorly made gloves, so I know what you're talking about. Because of the business I run, I have every kind from the 99-cent store all the way to where like if you touch my gloves, you better come with insurance because they're so expensive.
Mm.
I actually have welding gauntlets, but they're so old they kind of shrunk. I got new ones, so I brought the old ones home.
Mm.
But it's more of an extreme weather thing.
You wear the welding gauntlets when it's extreme weather?
Well, when I'm sorry, extreme welding. But yes, like if it's cold outside at 4 in the morning and you're making something.
Okay.
So let's see. It's been a Soa Palooza. I have all these ideas. Last night I had this weird oh no, I'm gonna the like I'm gonna do this and this and this. I had that moment of truth. I'm gonna get back to shablamming. I'm gonna get back
Which
to
about
my crazy clips I used to throw in. I'm gonna get back to ranting about sewing machines. My next video might be all sewing machines, but I've fallen in love with making things too, so it'll be a fusion as always. But
all right.
it's not that I had a moment, a sojo moment last night.
Ah,
I think it's because I've been listening to Eye of the Tiger a bunch.
okay. And so what was your sojo moment? What did I miss?
First, I went looking for my touch and sew plug, okay? Because I recently bought a touch and sew. I have a 600 series in here that has the elusive 4-pronged cord. The touch and sew I recently purchased had 4 prongs on it. I thought it was a victory. I turned it over. One's a square and the other one's a cross. So they do not fit.
Boo.
Oh, excuse me, but I went through every cord in this room. I mean, every cord in this room. I have bags, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot you exist. And you know what? I love you, singer, but like switching a power cord on every other sewing machine is kind of diabolical. Because I have a 600 series just waiting to be used, and I thought I finally had the cord, and I do not.
Irksome.
I'm gonna make that weird hoodie thing. Also, I'm getting back to making koofies. I'm bringing the hats back.
All right.
I made hundreds of koofies. I have to unearth them. They're somewhere. This weekend, I think I'm going to dedicate to cleaning out the closet. So on Saturday might be a closet stream.
All right. Well, it's always fun to see the things you made over the years.
I have to like, and also I need to. There's things that are forgotten in there. Like there are things that are like completely forgotten in there. So it's time to like go do inventory. Hundreds of Koofies sounds like a movie. I just fell in love with making them. And then, like, I'm from a weird generation that sat at home watching MTV. I would come home from school and watch MTV. And a Koofy reminds me of the early 90s. And not even of any other country than America, because it was American rappers sporting Koofies. So it just reminds me of Queen Latifah. It reminds me of just certain groups that I was obsessed with as a kid. So I love making Koofies.
All right.
Oh, now I have ooh, ladies first stuck in my head. It's kind of like the whole. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Have you made any of those not the flat newsboy cap, but the ones that have like it's almost like a Sherlock Holmes cap and the newsboy cap had a baby, like the flat brim, but it's got the slightly higher crown and the sections that meet up.
No, I have not.
I'm sure you would. They were really popular in the 90s. I mean, they're still popular, but there was like a 90s look to some of them. I feel like that would be fun.
Apparently, you can see the SpaceX launch from my house. At least that's what my phone keeps on telling me. I started off making like it was all on a quest to make a pork pie. All of this but then I discovered how easy it was to make a Koofy. And so I'd make Koofy after Koofy after Koofy. And then I started on my quest to make a pork pie hat. I need to find all my failures. I made one actually like semi-presentable derby. But I destroyed. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch what you said. A semi-presentable what?
Derby.
Ah.
But I destroyed my Husqvarna Viking in the process. That's the problem. Like, I need more of an industrial machine because I have aspirations and plans and overambitious plans that destroy sewing machines.
I mean, that seems a perfectly reasonable purchase for you.
I learned the hard way that even my Husqvarna Viking couldn't handle making hats after a while because I had made so many and the felt was just jamming that thing. And so that's why I couldn't imagine putting buckram under that because it would destroy that machine.
Yeah. You could get one of the vintage singers that sews in all the different directions.
I have my eye out for stuff like that because a lot of the times people don't know what they have. That's what happened with my I'm still amazed that the gray singer, they still sell for $200 and I got mine in perfect working condition for $30. So they obviously did not know what they have. Because it's funny, like at that store, I've scored quite a few sewing machines. But what happens is, if it's older and if it looks vintage to them, that's more value. So the newer ones, they're like, oh, $20, and I got the Baby Lock for $24 because the people were like, oh, it's just a sewing machine.
Yeah.
My Janome is the same way. I got a Janome for $20 and it's a workhorse. It's my bobbin machine, but it works. You may as well start making stuff out of carpet if you're gonna destroy a machine. I have fallen into tufting videos where people shoot the carpet and they shave it. They literally come with these clippers and shave the back. It's actually weirdly satisfying.
I have that carpet binder machine, and I mean, I'm strong, but this thing is so heavy. It's still on the little oh goodness, the little rolly dolly. There we go. That's the word.
Mm.
It's still on the little dolly I put it on to get it in from the car. It's so heavy.
Oh wow.
Like,
You
I'm
didn't
gonna
hear.
need help to get it up on a table, and it's not anything I would be moving anytime soon.
Oh, if I lived any closer. Do you know what? Oh, I forgot what I was gonna say. I have Eye of the Tiger stuck in my head because I was doing the fist shaking warm up before stream. Where's my coffee? Do you know what's so funny? It bothers me how like an experience like getting the fake snakeskin is soured by people not knowing what they're doing. But part of me, I have to take into consideration that people are that like the workforce is becoming less competent. I said it.
Yeah. It's hard because, people, you can't just let terrible service and incompetence go, because then it never gets changed or gets any better. But at the same time, you can't let it ruffle you too much, because otherwise you'll just be walking. Yeah, or you'll just be like, you can't live in that space, and there are so many things out there to be irritating. So it's a fine line.
Okay, there's that, and then today, so there's a massage parlor next to Isaiah's MMA class. I never noticed because it's always closed.
Excuse me.
Well, it was open today, and all the dads and I were standing outside, and every guy who walked by, we were judging them.
Ah,
Is that wrong?
is it a massage parlor or a massage parlor?
Wink, wink, nod, nod, nudge, nudge. I'm wearing chaps. You know what kind of massage parlor? No, I'm kidding. Well, in my town, I want to say about three. Excuse me. We have a large amount of massage parlors in my town. About 3 years ago, they did a bust, and let's say out of like 30, 25 of them were shut down.
Oh my.
And there seems to be a certain, I'm trying not to judge. I'm sitting, I'm a dinosaur. I'm reading a book. So I'm already like out of place because I'm sitting there reading a book. People wonder why I don't go inside the building. It's because I can actually smell now. And like I would be bad at gyms. So but do you think that's weird? In the class before Isaiah's class, like Isaiah is the middle class, so it's all, it's like 12 to like 16 or something,
Yeah.
They're all relatively speaking the exact same size. The class underneath is 5 to 12
That's a big age range.
or something like that. They got little kids in there. My whole point is that wrong to have a massage parlor next to it? And I'm saying this just for a question. I'm not a moral oral. I'm not here to judge anyone. I'm just talking on the internet.
Well, I mean, the kids don't know what that is or what the difference is. And someone can be someone who likes special massages, but that doesn't mean that they're interested in children. I mean,
No. I'm not saying that. I'm not even going in that direction. Is it wrong for them to be next door to each other? They're directly next door to each other.
I mean, if
With
I
no
were going to,
implications. Sorry, with no implications of anything nefarious. They are just literally two businesses next to each other.
I mean, if it's just a regular place to get a massage, then I don't think it's a bad thing. If I were opening an MMA studio, I would not open it right next door to a place of
It was there before the parlor. The
ill
parlor came.
repute.
The parlor moved next door to them
Okay.
because this particular place has been there quite a long time.
Well, I think I would. I don't know. That would not be a business that I would want next to my
And keep
business,
in-
just because I wouldn't want to be like have my reputation tarnished by their reputation. But other than that, I don't think that it's an
And
actual problem.
keep in mind that I'm not, like I said, I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say, Isaiah is in his MMA class. He's getting fit. I walked to Jack in the Box because I'm getting fat. And so I went to Jack in the Box and I was eating in my car. And the only reason I'm even bringing this up is because I happened to park directly in front of the massage parlor. This is the first time I've ever seen it open like this. I'm in an all black car. I am not obsessively on my phone. When I'm out and about, I'm not on my phone. I'm eating, I'm listening to the to my nerdy radio, and some guy walked up, he walked in, he stood at the door, and the lady, it just seemed weird. She like peeked and then let him in.
Mm-hmm.
And so my red flags were waving. But again, just like I was talking to somebody who was in their 50s, and I looked at him and I said, we're so immature, and we giggled like little schoolboys. So maybe it's just us being judgmental, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And keep in mind, where I live, you have to sign so much paperwork for to have a business. So if it's legal, you'll be there, you know. I'm not judging. It just seemed super funny to me.
I mean, maybe it's a way of them drumming up business. People come for the MMA and they'd make a little mental note of the establishment next door. And
Hold on, let me sit down so you can see my face. We all know the clientele was the exact same type of person. Every single person that walked in almost looked exactly the same. Come on. You are so optimistic. The world needs more people like you.
oh well,
I'm
I mean,
pessimistic. I'm like, bad. I'm instantly like, nope.
I was
Nope,
saying the same thing
rain
you
clouds.
were.
You are so optimistic. I'm instantly like, I judge you. You know what it is? I'll tell you. I had my rootin' tootin' and scootin' swashbuckling days. I'm a parent now. I'm eating churros in my car listening to NPR. You know, so it just made me laugh. It just made me laugh. Am I being over analytical? Am I being a prude?
No, I'm agreeing with you that it's that it's likely a way for them to drum up business. And but see, I mean, I agree with Kilroy in some ways too. I mean, as long as they're not like, soliciting the teenagers or something, then
Not the teenagers, but the someone blatantly walked out yesterday. No, I don't. The days blend because I go every day with my child. 2 days ago, and was like, "Hi," and me and my friend were like, "Hi," and she was like, "You guys should stop by."
uh-huh.
Vegas rules. If she's really beautiful and she walks up to you, Vegas rules. It's a no. It's a no for me. If you're I don't think anyone's out of my league, and you should never say, "Oh, someone's out of your league." Like, you should never say that. I think that's so wrong when people say that. But she blatantly walked out.
Mhm.
You know.
The circumstances were suspicious.
Where I'm from, no one's that nice. I live in one of the snootiest places on planet Earth. I think you're reading into it too much. Strip malls are always a mixed weird with every single, absolutely, especially in this area, because This particular strip mall as well is where I got my banjo fixed. So there's music lessons going on. So you hear people badly playing music. There's not one but two Mexican restaurants on like opposite ends of the shopping center. There's a key place in there. There's a dog groomer next to the massage parlor. And for some reason, a lot of people wanted to get their dog groomed for the new year. It was so weird. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Get
Way to keep
scruffy
track of the last time you had your dog groomed.
because like no one's going there now.
Well, maybe they wanted the dog to be fresh when they had people over for New Year's Eve celebrations.
True. I don't, you know what? I'm damningly observant. I am. And I think that's one of my biggest problems in life is that I pay attention. And so I think what Keller is saying is very true. Maybe I am reading way too much into it.
I mean, you're probably right, but does it matter?
No, I'm old and nosy and bored. Just being nosy. I'm just being nosy. You know why? I'm serious. I'm in my Picard era. I'm drinking Earl Grey on the Enterprise, remembering the days when I was cool and used to get in fights with Nausicaans. It's a great episode. It's called Tapestry. It's one of the last seasons where Q puts him back in time. It's such a great episode. Are you ready for Discovery season 4?
I still have to catch up on season 3. I'm only partway through, but I've been watching other things.
Gotta make the dog look good before you puke up champagne all over. Oh, Gilroy, if you people own poodles where I live, and everybody owns like purse-sized dogs are a thing. You know, where it's weird. The Paris Hilton Chihuahua never went out of style here.
I'm not generally a fan, but like the nicest, sweetest dog I've ever known was a little teeny tiny Chihuahua.
Oh, they're the meanest dogs on planet Earth.
She was the exception to all the Chihuahua stereotypes. She was such a sweetheart. And she didn't even have that like funny looking bug-eyed look. She was cute and she was nice. And I'm like, this is a Chihuahua? What?
I owned a Min Pin, so I have a different. It was half. They say it was half Min Pin, half Chihuahua. I think we were just lied to because they just wanted to get rid of the dog, and we got it for free. Nothing on this earth is free. So when you get a dog for free, you know that they're like, "Oh, get rid of this dogs." Oh, can I get? Oh, these chaps are perfect because I can still reach in my pocket.
And
sorry, I had to get my chaps.
How was the Min Pin? Was it a nice dog? What was?
I loved Lulu regardless, but she was from the pits of Hades. My Chihuahua chased 2 raccoons. Chihuahuas are fearless. They are. They don't even know their size. They don't know they're that size. You were probably just warm, and that's why she liked you.
Well, you know, I've been warm and friendly to other Chihuahuas, and they were not having it. So I don't know.
She was only 3 pounds. Holy cow. The raccoon in my neighborhood is like the size of a puppy. It's so big.
Raccoons are bigger than a lot of people think.
Oh, like, they're scary.
Your mental picture of raccoon is about the size of a cat, but in reality, a raccoon is the size of
a medium-sized dog.
Yeah.
And this one, like,
they're huge.
All my neighbors that I talk about, they're like, it's so beautiful. I'm like, that's not the point. It has a round head. There's a few in the neighborhood, I think, but the one that's like the king of the neighborhood has a giant round head. It has its perfect little burglar mask. I don't care. That thing is so gross. It ate a bottle of sunscreen. And just to test it, I put another one out there and it ate the other one. Raccoons are gross. If you're eating sunscreen, you're gross. Those raccoons could have picked her up. That's what I thought. Raccoons I'm not a fan. I love possums. They're so because they scurry away. Possums are like, oh, excuse me, I like cat food too. Like possums have manners. They eat ticks and keep Lyme disease down. Possums have a point.
A
I'm
lot of
over
people
that.
don't like possums because they look like large rats.
You know what's so funny? It doesn't even hit my head. They look because I don't know about anywhere else, but around here, their body is brown and their face is white. So
Hmm.
they like if it was all one color, it would be an ugly. You should have never said that. They are giant rats. They're still beautiful to me. They're still beautiful to me. I just like I like the possums because they peacefully eat the cat food. The
Yeah.
raccoon is walking. You can hear the raccoon. You can tell when it's a raccoon. It like literally knocks the bull over. It's like thanks. I'm a bully. Thanks, dumb human. Oh, that raccoons can do some dangerous damage. I have a whole
Oh.
coop of chickens killed by a few. I've heard nothing but horror stories. That's why, and that's another thing. I miss Mark Short. Mark Short and I used to have this conversation because in Australia, raccoons look like those little Star Wars characters. I'm sorry, not raccoons. I apologize. Possums. They're cute. Ours look like giant rats.
Well, that's because we have opossums, and then the other ones that look more like raccoons are a different animal called a possum. I just learned this somewhat recently.
But they look like they're cute. They look like a Star
Mhm.
Wars character. And then the American possum is smoking a cigarette, eating trash. It's just not a fan. You know what? We have skunks around here. We have a whole wildlife, but I live on the outskirts, and because they're constantly building, they're dredging up the ground. They're bringing these animals into the city or pushing them. I don't know. Are skunks like snow? Are they something that you'd see like in a snowy region?
I don't know.
Because if they go north of here,
I'm not as
they're going uphill.
I mean, they might prefer. It's hard though because apparently, can you hear me?
Yeah. And I can see you too,
Hello?
and you're perfect too.
I'm gonna jump out and jump back in if you can hear me.
Okay. And the ironic thing is that her picture was absolutely perfect. You know, these chaps are glorious. For anybody tuning in, I actually made something. Oh, that's funny. And the ironic thing is that when you couldn't hear me, your picture was absolutely perfect and I could hear everything you were saying.
Oh goodness. Dang it. Sorry, it's on the list to call and at least be half a Karen or switch companies or something. I talked to them the other day. They couldn't do anything about it at that time. I have to call back, and I just do not have the wherewithal and fortitude at this second.
See, this is why before I go off about Spectrum, because I 1000% will come over and yell for you.
Okay. I might need you to do that.
Oh, I do not like them. Joy just brought up a very logical point that I didn't think about. I hope I'm not allergic to this stuff. I'm naturally loopy, so that's how half my allergies I can't tell. Because I'm naturally blotto.
I know I joke with you a lot about the stinky fabric, but I feel that if it smells that bad and it still smells that bad, that it just can't be good for one's health.
Well, it hasn't created a headache. That's like, so there's a checklist at my job actually, because we work with stinky material, and like headaches literally number 3 on the checklist of like,
Mm.
are your eyes watering? Are you hearing things? Do you have a headache? It's bagged now. All of it is in a bag, and I'm gonna seal it.
Except for what you're wearing.
I can smell so bad. But because my nose is like kind of half stuffed right now, it's really blocking the smell out right now. I just, you guys won't let me explore, okay? I want to explore. I'm expanding my craft. If I'm like in the hospital, I will laugh my tail off. If I have if I get a red infection that's only where the chaps were, I would
You have
laugh my tail off. I'm getting itchy talking about that.
you have
I am.
some fab fabric behind you that you can experiment with.
I did wash a corner, but I washed it delicate, and it didn't it stayed kind of shiny. But I expect the sheen to disappear when stuff gets washed, anyways. Especially, um, have you ever purchased a T-shirt at a concert or like somewhere outside where you buy it and it shrinks? I mean, the moment you wash it.
Yeah.
Semi-permanent. That might make me real popular. So I'm like, I kind of expect certain things to fade. That's why I've been really surprised at the quality of the material that I've purchased from downtown. It's quality. And I'm surprised. Some of it's been missed. There's been a few things I wash and it's instant fade, but like my microfiber stuff lasts I've put it through every cycle. And it's still microfiber and gorgeous,
I feel like these stinky chaps were a good mock-up. So now you know how much you like them, and you know that you like that style, and so you could spend a little bit of money on some leather, even garment leather, and make some nice leather chaps, because leather smells nice.
And I want to get the leather. I was looking, but I was too busy being a Karen at Walmart. I want to get leather frills on the side. Make real cowboy, like old school cowboy chaps.
Mm-hmm. I liked Alibaba's idea of putting embroidering vines and stuff up the side of the red ones.
Ooh, I like that because I'm gonna start working on the Michael Jackson vest I bought. I'm gonna put a patch on that. I'm gonna bad it up. Who's bad? I was in a very impressionable age in 1989, and that was my jam. That was like, I had the jacket and oh man. No, now that song is living rent free. Please tell me that you had a Mike Jack phase. Were you rocking out in that era, or was I just alone?
I mean, I have the Bad album
Okay.
on CD.
Oh God. It makes me laugh because in 1989, that was like the greatest thing that ever hit ever, and then by 1992 it was considered geeky, but people were still listening to that album. It's the strangest thing. And I've been trying to get past dun, 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 dun. I've been trying, okay, but the dun, 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 it's kind of hard, okay, so I'm trying.
I think that's why nobody played it back in the day.
Because I have like piano lesson skills, but I have like 3 piano lesson skills. Like the skills of someone who's had like 3 lessons. You killed me with that story though. When you told me that story, like that had me laughing. Because even in my era, because everything was kind of hand me down that I got, there everything on earth was a synthesizer. They would put keyboards on the weirdest things. And now still to this day, I want a keytar. So bad. So bad. I want a keytar. So bad. For anyone wondering, I made chaps. This is Read 'em and Weep part 2. Hold on. Oh God, those are just glorious. No, because people are jumping in and out. They need to know, you know,
Right.
there's chatting and sewing that's going on.
Exactly.
I like
So
that.
I'm giving you kudos for your chaps.
Oh, thank you. I like the side panel though.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna improve, and I am gonna. Do you hear that? Oh, that stinky material sounds like train. Oh, I shouldn't rub that on my hand, huh?
Uh-huh. I agree with Kilroy. Take the damn Chernobyl chaps off.
And you think I'm playing? Hold on, before I take the Chernobyl chaps off, I have an EpiPen in this room and one in the hallway in case I drop, so I'm ready to go.
Uh-huh.
But this bag is filled with one specific type of foot. Can you see the brand at the bottom of that? Oh, you can't. Oh, let me make myself. Oh, you can't. Oh, there it is.
Uh-huh.
On your new touch and so. I went looking for the elusive.
So.
I like touch and smoke. That was a highlight of 2022 or 2023. Oh, I swore I had the cord. I swore I was there. I had the cord. It just was not there. I'm in my chaps era. I'm gonna. This is encouraging me to branch out. There's all kinds of things I want to make. I'm gonna finally make that hoodie thing that I've been talking about since the day I met you. I'm gonna finally. There's quite a few things, and this year I don't care what anyone says. I am going to conquer pockets because I need some goofy like 1992 John Daly bright golf pants. And I need the big Docker pockets in the front too, the puffy Docker ones with the pleats.
I mean, I have no doubt that you can do that.
For some reason I think I got hit by lightning or I was abducted by aliens last night. But I came back from my abduction motivated. I think is what it is that people reach burnouts of their channel. I'm just getting started. And I'm standing here because I want to show off. Or we'll do this. I want to show off what I've made. And like I said, I really didn't want to torture the searcher, so I didn't search this. I was scared to put this because this is fake. Everything.
Mm-hmm.
Vinyl, leather, whatever you want to call it. This is the fakest of the fake material you could get. You are so unimpressed by the stinky material.
And then no, I think the chaps look good. And I think that's why I was suggesting you make some out of leather. It's just that like death fabric has got to go.
I'm taking my boots off. Oh, after wearing boots all day long, it's weird putting them back on after taking them off. Oh, it feels good again. Reminds me of thigh high and garter belt. That's my next. Do you know what's really funny? I bought my mom a wool coat for Christmas. And she's like, I forgot how glorious wool was.
Mm,
And whenever she wears it, she's worn it every day since I spot her, and I'm like, you like that.
wool's nice. This
Oh, yeah.
sweater is a wool and cotton blend.
Oh, it's the best. And it's long too. It's super long. And she looks at me and she's like, for my height, how could you figure it out? And I didn't want to tell her, like, I just got lucky. I just got lucky. But I actually physically went and purchased a wool sweater, giant wool for it's like with the arm and hood and everything.
Mm. So
I-
for anyone who wears such things, just to let you know, thigh highs and garter belt is way more comfortable than full pantyhose. Highly recommend. They're so much more comfortable. And put your knickers on over the garter belt so that they don't get stuck in the straps when you have to visit the restroom. A little tip I learned in a novel.
Boy, oh boy, I know where you're from. You said knickers.
Well, I was,
Do you know that's a
I was
point
trying to
of
keep it snazzy here.
in the UK, it's a point of contention when they come over here and people don't know that word, and that's like a fundamental word in the UK. I saw a very funny comedian go off. She's in a bunch of Ricky Gervais movies. I didn't even know she was from the UK, but she was talking about how she lived in LA for a year. And she was telling all these stories, but she told this one story about how she went in to get fitted for a bra. And in the UK, it's a big deal, but in America, it's like they just don't do it like they do in the UK. And she ran into trouble because she said the word knickers. And it caused drama. And then she literally screamed, I'm from the UK. I just need underwear. Oh, it was glorious.
I had been on vacation for like 3 weeks in the UK, and I had trained myself to say bin, because if you say trash or whatever, like they don't get it. You say trash can, it doesn't, I'm sure they could figure it out if they mulled it over, but it's the bin. And so I trained myself to say the bin. And then I got back and I asked to put something in the bin, and I had to like untrain myself because they didn't know what I was talking about.
Or the loo. Legitimately, I was a child, but I remember being like, who's Lou? Don't know him. I still got to go to the bathroom, but who's Lou?
The thing that's so common is to say the toilet, which
Yes.
here, like, that's just, it's kind of crass. It's a little, you just don't say that. It's a little
Super.
It's too frank, right? I remember I was on the plane and someone, got up and they were headed to the back of the plane. And I guess the flight attendant asked if they needed help or something. And the person's like, no, I'm just going to the toilet. And I'm like, but then, of course they say the toilet, but if they have a sign that something's available for rent, they don't say for rent, they say to let. And so you're walking around and you keep thinking you're seeing all these signs for the toilet, and it's like rental properties.
That's what I'm saying. You got to be careful when you travel. I was it took me a long time to not say tripas, talking about my intestines. You get used to certain words when you go to certain places. Toilet is the thing you sit on, not the room you sit in. Okay. Something kind of hit me recently. Someone that I absolutely revere and respect recently showed me a picture of a bunch of people on Vespas. So in the biker world, they look at people who ride like ninja motorcycles. It is said that they're not riding it, they're sitting on it. Because when you're riding, you're like this. But on other bikes, you're like this. So on a Vespa, are you riding it or are you sitting on it?
I mean, I can't answer that. I'm not a part of that world, and so any opinion I might express
It's
carries
all
no
buggers.
weight.
I don't care what anyone says. Like, I want all of them. I want to get a 1990. Well, I want to get a 1990 whatever year Vanilla Ice had in that movie Cool as Ice, and I want a Vespa. And because I've been saying the word, and someone showed me a video, I've been getting all these weird ads for these tiny motorcycles. And there's this really cool one that literally is I guess it's a camper mountain. I don't know what it is. It was so awesome. I clicked on the ad. I never click on the ad. And I know in the ad they make it all spectacular, like, oh, I really want that. But it was a suitcase motorbike. And I'm like, I'd rock that. And it was a grown man, like someone bigger than me on one of those things. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's really, he was like all up in the hills somewhere. A Vespa is big enough that you ride it. Now, a ninja bike, you sit on there. It's a big point of contention in the biker world. It is a huge. I think everyone's a rider, you know. Even if you're sitting on a Vespa, you're all part of it. But people that, you know, they're sectarian. I want a ninja so bad. But I think that's just because I'm on the other side. And so, you know, I'm sitting looking at the grass thinking it's greener, but it's just another money pit. Just another thing to leak oil and smell bad in the garage. You know, you don't look like are you a boater? Would you ever buy like a pontoon boat?
I get seasick. One of my earliest memories is when we were going to Catalina, and I was mortified because I threw up before we left the dock. So like conceptually, I love boats. I love the ocean. I would love to like go sailing on a tall ship or whatever. But realistically, my inner ear just can't hang.
Good to know. Good to
So,
know.
Yeah.
I used to
Like
be really into boats, and they're just money pits, and so I stay away from them. But it's a fantasy thing, because for as much as like they were work and everything, there was one time I was sitting in the middle of a lake on a sea-doo, and I was like, these are the moments that you'll remember for the rest of your life. Sun was setting. This particular lake, you can go in any direction as long as you pay attention and don't hit people. There were coves. It was just beautiful, you know.
Yeah.
At my local lake, you can, on a sea-doo, you can literally only go in a circle. It's boring.
Oh. That doesn't sound like fun. I mean,
it's a big
fun,
circle,
but could be more fun.
So boating, and also I've said this a million times, I learned from somebody else I really respect. He used to buy lockers. He's actually taught me how to do it. One day he opened up a locker. I was there. It had 6 CDs with the keys in it. He hit the holy grail. We had the time of our lives. After about the 4th trip, he looked at me. He's like, I hate these things. I'm going to sell them, because he was responsible for 6 Sea-Doos, his giant RV that he towed him in. It was drama, because we were having fun, because we didn't have to pay for the gas. There was all these things that we didn't have to do. And it dawned on him, you can't own a fleet of Sea-Doos. You can, but it's a money pit, you know? And the older I get, I was a part of the ownership of a pontoon boat. Yes, a fue, goodbye. Get that thing out of my life. No, thank you. They're fun until you actually own it, have the pink slip, have to renew it every year. You know, they're money pits. Everybody else has a great time, and you're sitting there, you're like, this cost $2,000 for everybody to get seasick on my boat. They're money pits. Do you know? Okay, so is Money Pit the movie? Is that when they have that big mansion and it's like a white mansion kind of? I haven't seen it since I was a kid, but I remember the movie.
That movie's great. My mom and I watched it when she was remodeling her house and having problems with the contractor showing up and all of the stuff.
It is a money pit, though. There are. I pick certain projects based on, can I afford to completely lose on this project?
I mean, that's a good principle in general. Like when you buy a house to flip or as an investment or whatever, you should you should not you should tongue tied. You should really have your eyes open when you buy it. Like don't be all pie in the sky, but be really realistic. Okay, does make a list. Does this thing need a new roof? Does how what's the situation with the wiring? Do I need to replumb? Like is
I'm
this
over that
actually
world
a good
too.
investment?
I'm over that world too. I used to be part of people that flip houses and cars. I'm over both of it. It's
Mm.
such drama, and sometimes you buy a house, it's even easy flip. Other times you buy a house, you have to completely knock it down.
Mm.
Then you're stuck. Excuse me, with like $2 million or $3 million worth of work that you have to do, and hoping you'll get your investment back. Pontoon boats are even worse. The deck rots out beneath the carpet, and then somebody gets drunk and falls through. I They were so much fun when I didn't own one or wasn't a part of like having to tow it around. Then you have to get the big truck, which I already have one. But then that's why I even my sewing habit and me buying hundreds of sewing machines isn't even a drop in the bucket compared to a motorcycle habit, a car habit, a sea-doo habit, a pontoon. Like there's all kind. I know people that are obsessed with those weird Polaris cars that they can drive. They're like souped up golf carts. Then there's the ones that get the dune buggies. Those are worth millions and millions. I'm buying touch and sews and laughing at myself. I'm gonna
I'm
be okay.
smiling because you admitted that you have hundreds plural of sewing machines.
I do. I'm 2024 is going to be the year the House of Sewing gets honest with itself.
I think it would be great if you revisited the garage configuration and you put like some nice display shelves up and things, and you put all your machines, like arrange them, or maybe in your closet or something, so that, or like a wall of the living room, like as a display installation, so that you
We'll
don't have
see.
them like tucked in closets and under tables and
They're not
that kind of
tucked
thing.
or hidden. They're displayed. They're just hidden behind this flag. Let me see. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if you can tell me if you can or cannot see this. And I made the drapes underneath these flags. I'm still proud of myself. I know drapes are just giant rectangles, but I made all the drapes in this room. Oh, can you see that?
Yes.
I have behind this is nothing but displays. Oh, I forgot about that. That is a beautiful 301A sewing machine over there.
Nice, nice. Long bed
Yeah.
or short bed?
It's the one with the flap.
Yeah, long bed or short bed?
I believe long bed because it has a long neck on it. It's longer
Well,
than most
no, I
machines.
mean like the long flap or the short flap, because they make
Short
two.
flap. Oh,
Nice.
now you're gonna. I put stickers on it. That's one of those sewing machines I got kicked out of the group for.
Oh,
Some lady was like, stickers on a 301A. I was officially bonkers and banned in her world. But I have the ability to build cabinets too, because I
uh-huh.
have tons of wood laying around the shop, and I can repurpose anything.
I think it
But
would be nice if you revisited your machine display. Now, because now you have more, and you can reassess, maybe arrange them by year or by brand or style, or I don't know. You have
I want
options.
to show you something really quick of this plucky kid. I love going to my really old videos because I have carts. Oh, I'm at 562. Thank you so much. Gosh, you guys are amazing. I'm just some shrub on the internet showing my love for sewing and sewing accessories. Please tell me you watched King of the Hill. Oh, look how
Sorry.
empty. Look how empty this room was. Let me see if I could. There was a weird time where I surrounded myself with all my monitors. It was weird. Oh, sorry. I'm reliving my youth 2 years ago.
All right.
Okay, so let me click on. Why have them if you can't see or you? I will see. That's the thing. I use a lot of them. Oh, you're right. But I like my giant American flag. America, America, almost are crying, America. And it really
But
made a lot.
also,
Oh, go ahead, please.
well, that shelf was only what, like 6 feet tall, and maybe a little too widely spaced for your machine. So if you did like floor to ceiling, you could have more. You could have more display space for your machines.
Well, keep in mind, I'm 5'9" and I built that. So I'm standing there flat-footed building that. So it's that height for a reason because it's as high as I can do this.
You know, they make these things called ladders. They're great. They're like little. They're kind of like stairs, but
I have to
in a
also
row.
like I also have to think about weight. Like the really, really heavy sewing machines are at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And the more modern ones are at the top because they're lighter.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I have to think about. And
Right.
there was one cabinet that the 60-pound one was literally slowly pushing one of the cabinets down. I was like, oh, I was shocked when I saw that. You're right.
Well,
though.
because you would make it, and because you would know that it's for sewing machines that are deceptively heavy, you could reinforce it and make it out of sturdier material.
It is time for a change, and I do want to start. I want to free the blind stitcher, but when that thing hisses, and that thing is a machine. The blind stitcher is full like sewing factory. That thing goes and it screams when it works. Scared me at first, and then I watched the video. I'm like, oh, that's how it sounds. It's a loud, screamy machine. Oh, you have me looking around. Yeah, I am obsessed with it. I love. You know what's really funny? I was thinking about renting a space downtown and doing a 1950s Art Deco thing. And I'm not kidding you.
1950s or Art Deco?
Just both in general. Like I have the power to print large pictures if I wanted to.
Okay. That could be fun.
I used to walk because you can rent building fronts. People are trying to do it in the San Fernando Valley, but I feel like more people would see it if I did it downtown.
So
and I dare someone to break glass and steal like 9 touch and sews. I dare you. You wouldn't be able to. You and your 9 friends wouldn't even be able to carry them. Nope.
Are you thinking to do excuse me, are you thinking to do like a an exhibit, or like
like something surreal, like a night, like you're walking in downtown, then you walk past a 1950s exhibit, like, or like a full 1950s kitchen, or I can go 1960s with all my grandma stuff. I can go full Sears 1960s in 10 seconds. I even up at my job, I have her original Sears table where the table rotted off, but the arms, there's like 10 arms to this. It's total 1960s.
Cavalcade of food. They do each time they redo their this displays on the store / museum / whatever the heck it is. They do a video, and they always have like a vintage setup for, Christmas, or
I love
with
that.
old appliances and like records and all the stuff that goes with it. They're really fun to see.
Recently, this place is never open, but I discovered a thrift store that's in a old 1950s JCPenney. It's in
Oh
the
yeah, I
middle.
think you sent a picture of that one.
Oh, I'm so that building was taken over by a thrift store, but they're never open.
Oh,
That's what I said. They're never open. I saw people in there one time, and I've never seen them open again. But all the stuff is still there, and the kicker is they have a sewing machine in there, and I'm like, I need to stop looking at this thing because I pull over and look at it, and I'm like in the glass, like, why are they never open? I'm like literally in the glass, like, why are these people never open?
is it by appointment only, or do you have do they have like, is it just 2 days a week or special? How do you find out what their hours are?
Private owners, and they didn't even have hours on the door. Because I asked the people next door, and they told me there's a private owners, because I'm sure a bunch of people asked them because they have a bunch of cool stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and it's straight thrift store. But because it's an old J.C. Penney's, it's weird when you look in because they still have the big stairs, and it almost looks like, are you being served? That
Yeah.
just the floor. It's just the setup of that set. Like it just has that symmetrical feel. It's that weird 1950s J.C. Penney Sears look,
Now
I
I've got the
wonder
theme song in my head.
such a I used to watch that I used to fall asleep to that. I'll show you a channel that has all the episodes you can watch in America. It's the early episodes. I watch it a lot. Oh, now I have that song stuck in my head. I was inspired last night. My notes were extensive, but a lot of it was self-affirmation and motivational of like effing so okay, I can't even say that out loud. Can't say that one. I fought for this snakeskin. And I will not be going back to my local Walmart for a while because of it. So I'm gonna make something special out of this. I was
I
gonna
thought
make
you were
chaps,
go
but
ahead.
I'm thinking about fake snakeskin sweatshirt. I want a conversation piece.
What kind of material is it? Is it pleather? Is it canvas? What is it? I couldn't tell from here.
Vinyl-ish,
Uh-huh.
but like it has cloth underneath it though.
Is it like outdoor upholstery fabric, or
It's sold as fake rattlesnake skin.
I'm trying to
Stop.
think if I'm trying to think if it would be like comfortable to wear, or if it would be something that you would want to make just like a top coat or
It's getting
a
lined.
rain hoodie, or
But I have a question. Can I put that through the serger?
it depends on how thick it is and whatnot. I mean, if your machines were having trouble with stank fabric, then they might have trouble with snake fabric.
This is why I come on here, because I need to hear these logical things because I'm gun-ho. I just go at it. See, I like Joy. I like Joy's point of view.
Well, it's a good idea. Or dig out one of your, I mean, you probably have one, a Teflon foot or a rolling foot.
I do somewhere in here.
Yeah, dig that out and give it a whirl.
I had a really cool one that had wheels on it. It took me forever to figure out what it was, but I don't know where it is now. I really think this weekend I'm gonna shut down my shop and clean the closet and this place. Because like even today when I found all my serger pieces, it reminded me like I have a brand new serger blades. I have and for my machine. Because I was trying to fix one before, but I purchased the newer one and it's for this particular machine. So, I like being prepared. All right. I said I was going to go for an hour and here we are. In all sincerity, I want to thank everybody. I made chaps again this evening. Next, when I come back on Saturday, I'll be cleaning up my closet, but I'm definitely gonna make something out of this snakeskin. I don't know. I reserve the right. I want to make something memorable out of this. And although I will be wearing chaps and stuff, I want to wear something that I can wear in public all the time. And not just when I'm feeling froggy. Super froggy in the chaps case. But I'll be back at it on Saturday. I have big plans for this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to take a trip or if I'm going to go downtown. I truly miss Modelo, man. And I'm craving refried beans and ham and eggs. So I might be going downtown. Oh gosh, I can taste it just talking about it. You know, there's this place I've been going to for over 26 years now in downtown. It's still there.
Wow.
And their price only went up a couple bucks. Their plate used to be $2.50. Now it's $5 for the same thing. One of the only places in LA where you can still get a giant cup of coffee for 50 cents too.
Wow.
It's a total hole in the wall, but it's like all the locals are like, don't tell people about this place. I walked in and they're like, how did you find out about this? And I told them I used to come here when I lived down here 26 years ago.
And did they say, oh, you were the one with the fro?
I know I had hair back then. Now I went to the Lex Luthor School of Haircuts. Now I'm just a villain. I'm full villain because I shaved the sides of my my goatee. I'm full villain at this point. I've just accepted my role in life.
You're not allowed to have sides to a goatee unless you're a villain?
I rocked a goatee from 1996 to when I could first grow hair. And a long time ago, someone told me that my goatee was out of style. But I didn't know that facial hair, unless I'm rocking a Fu Manchus are back. I know a lot of people that rock. It's a biker thing too. And men of a certain age. I know because I work with a lot of people that are like 60, 55, 60. They rock the Fu Manchu. I know a 61-year-old man that's a welder that hardcore rocks the Fu Manchu.
That has never been a nice facial hair design.
I don't judge.
Well, I mean, there's
there's the
authentic Fu Manchu. That's not what I'm talking about here.
Oh no, I live in America, in Southern California. People are rocking it. Oh
that's what I'm talking about with the
that's the one people rock, showing the chin and everything.
With the grown in and not the long oh dear.
Both. I've seen people rock both still in 2024, unironically rock that. So I have big plans this weekend. Part of me wants to take a trip east, but just because you can do something doesn't necessarily mean that you should do it sometimes. That's the trick of being able to do whatever you want. You got to know when to pull the reins in. Because I've been watching videos and places that I would consider cheap have been hit by inflation. So it's like one of the reasons that Vegas was so enticing is because you can get prime rib for $9. I'm not even being crass when I say this. I went to Hooters and had one of the most glorious Viking meals of my life for like $12. At their casino, But those days have come and gone now, That same meal is now $42 for the same $2 chuck they're passing off as prime rib. Oh, I will definitely be back at it on Saturday as always. I promise you in 2024 to be just as sewing crazy as I was in 2023. I hope everybody, what you may as well just cook it whole. Thank you. And see, because I've been looking up a lot of stuff, and like there's a Euro place I used to go to. It was expensive at $8-9. Now it's like $16-17. And that's without a drink. I looked it up and I would go there every time I was in Baker. It's like the last stop before you get to Vegas, as far as anywhere in California. Have you ever, like, the cops do this run called Baker to Vegas? It's so weird. They literally run. It's actually really far. They do legs, but it's like really far in the middle of the desert.
That doesn't sound like a good time.
It's the weirdest thing. I actually drove in one time and I was like, why is every law enforcement organization on earth here? Because they have a run to Vegas once a year or something like that. Oh, so I'll be back at it on Saturday. I want to thank everybody, and for real, it's not just the YouTube numbers. There is an army of people who watch these streams after to see my lovely co-host and myself waffle about life and the minutia that is the everyday so filled episode that I live. And I thank you. I thank every single person. I'll be back at it on Saturday. Like I always say, reinforce your seams and be yourself. But more than anything else, enjoy yourself because life's too short to judge people. So be back at it on Saturday. Reinforce your seams, be yourself. And I will definitely see you next time.
Just not